Hello and welcome to State of RB. I'm your host, Mason Wazlinski, joined by, as always, Dr. Freytas. How are we doing today, Doc?
Doing very well. And you, Mason?
I'm fantastic, Doc. So it's February now, as we both know, and February is often kind of associated with that kindness and appreciation. So I just want to ask you, what are the staff and students around RB doing to kind of promote that for the month of February?
Yeah. So first of all, this week is School Social Worker Appreciation Week. So we acknowledge our school social workers. We're extremely proud of their work. I know our students, Student Association, they do their quarterly notes of acknowledgement where students have an opportunity to write positive remarks about an adult that they trust and that they look up to, so that's wonderful. So we recognize, our staff, students recognize their teachers and favorite staff members as well. So there's a lot of positive narratives and comments shared by everyone to each other. But most importantly, what we do every day, we're there for one another, Mason.
So just kind of talking about some February events. I think we just wrapped up Legally Blonde, actually, right?
Correct.
Can you talk a little bit about that, and then even just we'll get into the sports.
Yeah, so absolutely loved it. I always attended for 2 days. I see both cast, and the show was phenomenal, so well choreographed. The fashion was bright and colorful. The singing was magnificent. The students were angels there. The chemistry between the cast members was remarkable. The direction by Ms. Fitch and Johnson was strategic and orderly, so I absolutely loved it. Again, I wish I could go all the days, I went for 2 days. It was a wonderful spring musical, very well performed. I want to say almost every day it was sold out, if not sold out, and there was a lot of community support. I saw a lot of parents here, grandparents, a lot of teachers and staff, so it was a wonderful spring musical.
Yeah, and it was extremely funny too. I was there.
Oh my God, it was hilarious.
Laughing out loud in the middle
How about
of the theater.
UPS guy?
Yeah, exactly. The UPS guy.
Right?
The UPS guy was good.
My God, everybody loved him, right?
And he's Irish jigging up there, but that's just funny. That's hilarious.
Oh yeah, I agree, Mason.
But then talking a little bit more about extracurricular, like sports. We're wrapping up a lot of the winter athletes are wrapping up their winter sports and stuff like that. Can you talk a little bit about that? Just
So we wrapped up our winter sports. So unfortunately right now none of our teams are in the playoffs, but we had great seasons. We did very well in conference. At the end of the season, we'll see if any of our athletes deserve or earn All-State, which I believe we should have a few All-State athletes here because they perform very well throughout the season. And now we're getting ready for spring sports. Right here we are, late February, early March. And our tryouts are happening. And can you believe it? The second week of March, spring sports begin, right? And we're still officially in winter, right?
Yeah, it's still winter.
Spring is not to March 21st, I believe.
Yeah, you look outside, all the trees are still dead out there.
Yeah, so spring sports is right around the corner, right at the end of winter, early spring. So there'll be some cold softball games, baseball games, track meets, right? Water polo's lucky they're indoor, badminton's lucky they're indoor, but we're gonna have some cold events.
Yeah, I know just at RBTV, we're looking to cover some of those baseball and softball games actually. Yeah. So that'll be something new for us, but it'll be good for everyone to be able to view it.
Dress warmly, okay, Mason? Because it should be cold the first few games.
Yeah, for it. Yeah. We'll see. But that kind of plays into kind of our next question here. We have this number, I think here isn't up to date, but it's about 2 months left, right? We just have the fourth quarter left, and this is the last week of the third quarter, right?
Correct. Yeah. So the quarter ends Friday, March 6th, and here we go. We're 8-9 weeks in the fourth quarter, and we're done with the 25-26 school year.
I know, which is crazy. I know. For me, that's crazy because I'll be out of here.
That's right. You'll be graduating, right?
I know. But what can you kind of say to seniors just to keep them on track and so that they can kind of push through that fourth quarter?
So well, my message to the seniors, just be kind and be mindful of what you do on social media, right? I know fourth quarter brings a lot of celebrations, brings a lot of social gatherings. So be good to one another in person, on social media, be respectful, right? Because we have, testing, we have prom, we have graduation. And I would hate for a senior to jeopardize, their standing as it comes to those
are great
events.
Opportunities.
Yeah, right? You have to finish strong, right? Finish with the highest grades possible, finish with good attendance and good discipline record. Again, because their seniors have a lot to look forward to, and they have, a lot to lose as well, right? If they don't do what's right for schooling. I love my seniors, I love all the Bulldogs, so I want to celebrate every senior with these events, and I'm hopeful that they'll do the right thing so they can, take advantage of those privileges.
Yeah, I mean, me personally, I'm hoping to come to all those events. We'll see. I think I'm in good standing, so I think it'll be all right.
And you're a pretty good student, Mason.
Exactly.
You're all right. You're all right.
Yeah, and then talking a little bit, I know we were talking about this 5 essential survey.
Correct.
Is that kind of wrapped up now? Or is
so
that
we
still
have
open?
about 2 weeks left. The last day is March 13th. So we need students, to share, their thoughts on the survey. Some of the challenges. A couple students start the survey and they'll submit it.
Yes.
We need students to submit the survey. Right, some minor ID errors, which is easily rectified. But we at RB we value students' opinion and their feedback, and this is a tool to solicit and get that feedback. So we need students to do it. Right now we're at 72%. The goal is 95%. We always reach it, but it gets a little tougher. But whatever you can do, Mason, to encourage your friends and your seniors. Again, we value your input, and through your input is how we make the school better.
Yeah. Can you kind of not to put you on the spot, but could you give me kind of an example of how that info gets utilized to fix stuff around
Gotcha.
school?
So from that info, right? I mean, we use it to talk, with our staff members. We use it to impact any school culture related things, any promoting events, safety, right? We talk teaching and learning, and again, it's just one of the tools that we use, right? We talk to students. We use the 5 essential survey. We talk with our staff members, but it's a data point that we use to make our school better. Teaching and learning, safety, extracurricular activities, mental health supports, right? Those are other issues that we tackle, and the 5 essentials, one of the data points we use to help us, address any issues in those categories.
Yeah, so hopefully that'll help motivate some more people at home, to finish the survey and get to that 95.
Yep, that's the hope, Mason.
Yeah, but then talking a little bit about this YouTube video that you actually starred in, which, if you haven't seen yet, it was kind of RBTV's popular take on the YouTube series where, for example, principal will go through the day as a student, and it's actually got 30,000 views on kind of meta platforms, so Instagram and Facebook combined, which is compared to the price, how many people are at the school, that's a lot of people,
Yeah. Been a lot of viewership.
Yeah, but it's just it's because you're superb acting in it. It's amazing. But kind of as a principal, why do you kind of prioritize those kind of everyday interactions with all the students?
You know what? We're here for students, right? Our charge is to be a trustworthy adult. Our charge is to be an example, right? So anything that's important to our students is important to me, is important to our staff, right? Students love when their teachers and their administrators and staff attend their plays, attend their musical performance, attend their games, and attend their club meetings, and that's what I strive to do as much as possible. But I'm really proud that when I attend those events, Mason, I always see teachers by me, next to me. I see them in the crowd. So, the adults get to charge.
Yeah.
We understand how important it is to be there for a student. Because what I've realized in leading a school, Mason, if you're there for students during the good times, it is easier to redirect them when they make a mistake.
Yeah.
Because they know you're all in it. You're just not here to be mean, right?
Yeah.
Or be Mr. Principal. You're there to celebrate me when things are good. So again, I strive to be as many events as possible, right? I'll be there Saturday, with you and many RBTV students, at the IHSA School Spirit, showdown to see if we can get another, award, because I think our school spirit is second to none. Our students show up, they support each other. Again, so many events here are packed, are sold out, and that speaks to the support that our students get from adults, from their peers. So again, I will always strive to be present as much as possible to them because it's important to them. And I also know, and I also tell students, don't ever get on your mom and dad if they can be there. I know your mom and dad are earning money so they can pay their bills. We will be there for you, right? We are moms and dads as well. So as much as it's important to see your mom and dad, I hope when they look at a teacher, staff member, me, or another administrator, they say, my mom and dad is here. Because I work in partnership with parents. I know some parents work second and third shift. They cannot be there. I know some parents our doctors, and they work at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. And again, the parents appreciate us being present. I try to record, right? Here's a little bit on Instagram. Here's a little live, so parents can see their kids, because I know that's important to them. So again, I try to tell students, be kind to your parents, because their job may not allow them to be present, but we try to capture. I know I see RBTV there next to me. Right? We try to capture important moments so that parents can see their kids.
Yeah, and I see that too. I see like teachers going to all the events. Just at that last playoff basketball game, there was a bunch of teachers there. I believe you were there.
That's right.
Coach Vojak, Mr. Grieve. I saw a bunch of teachers.
We were well represented by our staff and administrators.
Yeah, and then I appreciate you going on Instagram Live. I'm always checking in. I'm like, oh, where's Freytas now?
I try to do a preview. You know me, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Not spoiled.
Right. Preview is okay. Be present. But I try to give people a sample. What's going on.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate that. So I guess just as February wraps up here, is there any final message you kind of want to send to the students and staff here of just RB?
It's easier to keep them than to catch up. Stay on top of your schoolwork. Make sure you behave and treat each other nicely. Right. We have to follow our code of conduct and ensure if you're good to one another, support each other, you will have all the privileges at RB. If you need any support, any mental health support, or any conflict with peers, come see your teacher, the administrators, our school psychologists, social workers. Come see us, and we will help mediate these conflicts. But again, be kind and respectful to one another. Don't put nonsense on social media. I know most Bulldogs do the right thing, but sometimes there's a lot of silliness going on.
Yeah, a lot of times it's just the 1% speaking for the rest of
That's right.
Yeah. But all right. Thank you for being on the show today, Doc. I appreciate you being on. Just like that, another month has flown by for us. Thank you for tuning in. I've been your host, Mason Muslinski, joined by Dr. Freytas, as always.
Paws up.
Thank you for tuning in to the State of RB. I'll see you next time.